Welcome to Clue, Criminal Law for UK Enforcement. Welcome back. Let's dive into our next topic. In this video, we will be discussing mens rea and how it plays its part. In criminal law, it's not enough to prove that someone did something wrong. We also need to ask, what was going on in their mind at the time? That's where mens rea comes in, the guilty mind. Let's explore what it means, how it works, and why it matters. Mens rea is a Latin term that means guilty mind. It refers to the mental state or state of mind of the defendant when they committed the act. Did they mean to do it? Did they know it was risky? Were they careless? Why mens rea is needed? We use mens rea to distinguish between blameworthy and innocent minds. Two people might do the same thing, but only one meant to cause harm. The law punishes intent, not pure accidents. In criminal law, there are four main types of mens rea, the mental state behind a crime. 1. Intention. The person meant to do it. 2. Recklessness. They knew the risk, but took it anyway. 3. Negligence. They failed to take proper care. 4. Knowledge. They knew what they were doing was wrong. Let's go deeper, breaking each one down. Intention, deliberate action. Intention is the highest level of mens rea there is. It means the defendant meant to cause the outcome, or knew it was certain and still acted. This is common in serious offenses like murder, GBH, also known as grievous bodily harm, and robbery. Let's break down the three types of criminal intent, starting with specific intent. To prove specific intent, the prosecution must show that the defendant intended to bring about a particular result, not just that they acted, but that they meant to cause a specific outcome. Example, Alexandra stabs Jordan with the intention to kill. Jordan's clear aim to kill, not an accident or recklessness. Ulterior intent. Ulterior intent is where the person commits one act but with an extra goal in mind, like burglary, which includes the intent to steal. Example, burglary involves entering a building as a trespasser with an ulterior intent to commit theft, GBH, or criminal damage. Even if the offense isn't carried out, the crime is complete if the intent existed at the time of entry. Basic intent. Basic intent applies to crimes where being reckless is enough. The defendant doesn't have to mean the harm, just know there's a risk. Example, during a fight, Jamie punches someone in the face. He didn't plan it, but knew it might cause injury. That risk-taking makes him guilty of assault, a basic intent offense. Now that we have gone through intent, let's move on to recklessness. Recklessness means the person knew there was a risk, but chose to go ahead anyway. They didn't mean to cause harm, but they didn't care enough to avoid it. Example, Sam throws a bottle into a busy street. He doesn't aim at anyone, but knows someone could get hurt. If someone is injured, that's reckless assault. Negligence. Negligence is when someone should have known better. The risk was obvious, but they failed to take the care a reasonable person would. For example, a doctor gives the wrong medication without checking the chart. The patient dies. Due to his actions, this could amount to gross negligence manslaughter. And last but not least, knowledge. Knowledge, also known as knowing, means the person was aware of the facts that made the act illegal. This is often used in possession cases or fraud. Let's look at an example. Taylor knowingly buys a stolen phone. Even if he didn't steal it, he can be guilty of handling stolen goods. Now that we know the different types of mens rea, let's look at transferred mens rea. Wrong target, same guilt. What if you try to hit one person but hit someone else by mistake? That's called transferred mens rea or transferred malice. The law says the intent goes with the action. Example, Tom aims to hit Joe, but punches Ben by mistake. His intent transfers, he's still guilty of assault. Strict liability when mens rea isn't needed. Some offenses don't require mens rea at all. These are called strict liability offenses, like speeding or selling food past expiry. The law says the act alone is enough, even if the person didn't mean to do it. Example, if you're caught speeding, it doesn't matter if you didn't realize, you're still guilty. So, what have we learned? Mens rea is the guilty mind, what someone was thinking when they broke the law. We covered 4 types. Intention, they meant it. Recklessness, knew the risk, did it anyway. Negligence, should have known better. Knowledge, knew the facts, acted anyway. We also touched on transferred intent and strict liability. If this helped, give it a like and hit the subscribe button. Stay tuned for more videos. Keep learning, keep overstanding. Know the law, understand the offense. See you next time.